I want to win. I want to win. That's why I play. But that's an extra motivation also that I know that if we win the game, a lot of people are going to benefit from it.
All right, pick it up first quarter. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander in transition. Too easy there. It wasn't easy for the Thunder offense, though, on this night. They really struggled on that side of things. Under 4 to go in the first. Giannis to Dame. And Lillard cashes in there. Bucks take the lead. Gilgeous-Alexander steps back. Threes really hard to come by for OKC. Just 5 of 32 from three-point land. Thunder up 1 after 1. Lillard, this is indefensible. Step back, corner 3. Just rocks and fires over Jalen Williams. Such a tough shot. Bucks take the lead. Then Giannis, who had 26 points and 19 rebounds in this one. The fadeaway. Later in the second, Taurean Prince up top. Giannis cleaning up. Giannis and Lillard had 86% of the Bucks' points in the first half, looking much more in sync in their second year together. Third quarter, Lillard finds a 3 there. Bucks up by 7, then off the jump ball. Lillard again. Bucks up by 11. Dame getting it going early in the third. Giannis gets inside, finger roll. Bucks up 8. Thanasis loving it. Alex Caruso drives. No, sir. Giannis bangs it off his head. Great defense there from Giannis. Bucks by 13 after 3. OKC held to a season low of 14 points in the third quarter. Lillard had 5 threes on the night, 23 points. Bucks pulling away, up by 18. Then A.J. Green, another excellent outside shooter for Milwaukee, gets that to go. Bucks by 19. They ran away with this one. Thunder held to 81 points, their fewest in a game this season by 18 points. The Bucks roll to the NBA Cup. There's Gary Trent Jr. knocking down a 3. All Milwaukee in this one, as you see the defense from Giannis. The Bucks win the second annual NBA Cup. Here's Giannis on what it means.
I'm so proud of this group. Man, I'm so proud of this group. You know, coming out of in the halftime, we know we had 24 minutes to go. We came out in the third quarter. We set the tone. We played great team basketball. We were moving the ball. Guys were making shots, but most importantly, we were competing defensively. The team scored only 14 points. That's who we are. That's who we are. That's who we're going to continue to be. And the job's not done. We have a lot of basketball in front of us. We have a lot of things that we got to improve. We are going to improve, and we're going to stay like team because job is not done.
We just had to come together. You know, everybody was talking about us, a lot of criticism. People talked about the team that we weren't, and we knew who we were coming out of camp, you know, day in and day out in practice, and we just had to trust it. We had to look within. We had to come together, you know, in the hard times. And I think when you continue to fight and stay together, and you push through, you get to experience these types of things.
Dame alluded to it there. There was a lot of criticism. People thought they should break up this team. They were 2-8 through the first 10 games of the season. Since then, a remarkable turnaround. They've won 12 of their last 15, tied with the Celtics and Thunder for the best record in the NBA. First team in NBA history, by the way, to start 2-8 or worse and then win 12 of their next 15. Here's Thunder coach Mark Daigneault on what his team could take from this rough loss.
Playing, elevated opponents, good opponents, with some elevated stakes, elevated distractions, is a good experience in December for our team. And as I've said all along, win or lose, we're trying to grow with a lot of the season left, and being in these situations has helped us do that. So now we got to take these lessons and head into the rest of the first half of the season.
I know he wanted a little bit more out of his team today. So did Tim Legler. So did all of us. The NBA Cup, a little bit of a downer here, Legs. It didn't really live up to the billing. Thunder, a tremendous defensive team. The Bucks were able to be effective in spots against them. What did they do that gave OKC Thunder tonight?
Yeah, David, I just thought that the Bucks played to their strength, and they had an advantage in this game. With Oklahoma City, one big man short with Chet Holmgren out. You're not going to see the 2 big man lineup, and that's important against a team like Milwaukee. And you saw Giannis, you saw Brook Lopez, particularly in that first half, use their size. You saw some high-low action. And at times, Oklahoma City just looked outmanned in terms of what they could provide in the paint defensively. And this is a team that is the #1 rated defensive team in the NBA, but they rely a lot on quickness to cut off penetration. Well, the Bucks weren't really beating them that way. They were beating them the good old-fashioned way, throw the ball into bigger guys around the rim and dominate that way, had a major advantage on the boards. Lopez and Antetokounmpo combined rebounding totals in this game basically matched the starting five of the Oklahoma City Thunder. That points directly to that size disparity. Give the Bucks credit. They played a great defensive game, and the Oklahoma City Thunder contributed with their shooting struggles.
Yeah, speaking of the shooting struggles from OKC, you just mentioned, Tim, they were shooting 5 for 32. How concerning is this for Thunder now moving forward in the season?
Well, it's the one thing I have seen in this team this year that I've questioned sometimes. Could this be something that could be an Achilles heel for them? Because they are a great basketball team. But there are some nights they don't have a ton of firepower from the three-point line. And you saw that in this one. And look, some of this you've got to give the Bucks credit for their defense, but you can see these are pretty clean looks that the Thunder are getting. And they've got some high percentage shooters on this team, but they do have some nights where you feel like, man, they're going to have to make an awful lot of mid-range jumpers, layups, and free throws. And if you just do the math on it, as you did tonight, that's a 36-point discrepancy at the three-point line. You just can't win in the modern version of the NBA with teams shooting as many threes as they are. If a team gets hot the way the Bucks did in the second half, if you're Oklahoma City and you're having one of those nights, very difficult to figure out a way just to put up a number that's going to keep you in the game.
Are they a legit contender in the East right now?
Yeah, look, they're climbing rungs in the ladder, putting them closer to that conversation. And this to me was their signature win. They had a really good one earlier in the streak, the very beginning of the streak against Houston, a 1-point win that they gutted out late, getting stops. And then, they did beat some teams they're supposed to beat. They beat some bottom feeders along the way. And now that you have this one, this is a signature win because, as Mark Dagnall pointed out, elevated stakes, a top-tier opponent, the #1 defensive team in the league, and you come out and you completely shut them down defensively. And that's the biggest question mark for this team. They didn't really improve defensively after Doc Rivers got there, mid-season a year ago. He had a whole summer to prepare. You had a whole training camp to prepare, and they get out of the gate 2-8. And everybody's sort of scratching their head like, what exactly is this going to be? And what you're seeing now, you're seeing an ebb and flow with Lillard and Antetokounmpo they didn't have last year. Those guys are comfortable now offensively, and their defense has just been better over the last 3 weeks. They've played harder, consistently made fewer mistakes on that end of the floor, and you can see now they're starting to gain confidence as they start to get into that conversation with teams like Boston, Cleveland, Orlando in the Eastern Conference.
Yeah, we saw the best of Milwaukee tonight, arguably, at this point in the season.
NBA